Stunner, what a brutal first map that was. Really unbelievable. It's one of those evening modes where you've set the safe word to harder and, you know, just ruins the whole day. It's not a good idea, really.
The safe word is yes. Something has gone wrong.
It's not really.
Or
just
very right.
Yeah, got to be careful about that.
Yeah, you really do.
That was map number 1 on Overpass, and it was quick. And now we're going to be on Inferno, which is, I think, exciting. I think this could be a close game.
I don't know. I'm just so worried. I mean, this is obviously easier to manage than Overpass in terms of like watching pushes and everything when you're on the T side. But if you're going to give FaZe that much freedom and these players like the ability to just take whatever control of the map they want on both sides of the table, like you're just always going to be in for a bad time. And this is another one where the extremities can be very deadly.
Here's why Navi are going to have a good time on this map.
Okay.
They have Electronic holding the pit, and he's very good at that. And he seems to he seems to just be a solid anchor on that side. And Edward I think Inferno's just his home base. Like he just feels so confident on it. So I think between those two players, then you've got the foundation of something really good. I think it's gonna be different.
Okay.
This time, Moses, it'll be different.
You can have Edward and Electronic all day long. I'll take Nico.
Yeah.
Rain. All of my. Did you forget what they did?
I mean, it's hard to, isn't it?
It really, like, that pistol run out of Nico was just so disgusting. But I think I was most impressed by how on point Olofmeister was with just, like, his first bullet accuracy was mentally insane.
Yeah. Very hard to stop. We'll see if they can do it now. Na'Vi, they had a great start on Overpass, but they couldn't follow it through. This time, it must be different. And look at already, Guardian sneaking into second mid, while Rain is covering him, putting a little bit of pressure onto Simple. So much information being built already for the FaZe side of things, but they are going to trade it quickly. That was Simple getting a great kill on Guardian. Now they're falling back. They've got time for this, though.
Rain needs to be careful. He can get caught out, and Flamey's going to start crunching him from the halls. Edward jumping up as well. Rain's there. There's Flamey. That's too much. You like the aggression up to a point, and then it's just you guys are being cocky at this point. Kerrigan inside the bomb, so the last one left in A. Here they come. They're going to push out halls. They're going to push up the lane. Kerrigan's the only man here. His teammate's blocked off by smoke, and it doesn't really matter. Kerrigan, a second headshot, and he's going to live. Oh, no, he's not. He couldn't get back behind the box quick enough, but he's given his team a 2-on-2. I believe he had a kit as well. Yeah,
huge headshots coming in there for the leader again, who had, I think it was discovered, maybe one of the best games he's had while joining the team here. Olofmeister taking down Zeus, leaving Electronic, and he's just going to get double-teamed. No chance at all there. And that will be FaZe picking up the pistol after a dodgy start in the middle there.
It was, but I mean, it was really cool. I mean, obviously, if that's the level of confidence and just boldness that FaZe is going to bring to the table with in a pistol round, Guardian just trusting Rain to cover him at long range, that allows you so much freedom to go do the creative things that are going to catch your opponents off guard, and even making a bit of a blunder, in my opinion, of Rain sticking around too long in halls. Kerrigan's able to recover, so he's having a very good tournament individually, or I mean, I should say series individually. I'm not sure about the whole tournament, but. That's often been like one of the few criticisms you could levy against him was an individual level, and here that's not an issue.
Definitely not. Na'Vi, they got the bomb plant. Normally it means you wait and you buy AKs, all of them in the third round, but that's not what they've done here. We saw something like this on Overpass where they sort of went a bit aggressive and maybe a little bit too early on. It did cost them a lot, but you understand the theory behind it. So if it works, we can say it was worth it, but.
It's not necessarily this buy, especially because the AK on Simple. I like that, obviously. You give him a chance to make some plays and open things up for you. But yeah, certainly on Overpass, they got into that cycle too early, and they just made a misread of the economic situation of their opponents, and because of that, it came back and backfired on them. Simple probing into that B bomb site, forcing out a smoke. The rest of his teammates, Edward and Flamey, have control of halls. Rain's going to go for a peek, and Guardian right behind this smoke is feeling very comfortable.
He really wanted someone to follow him there. They have lost Flamey, but Rain did almost go down. I think maybe FaZe realized now. I mean, they must have realized fighting Rain or fighting Flamey that there was some armor in play. And Simple with a great headshot, taking down Guardian, leaving 2 in the pit. I'm not sure about this 2 in the pit setup in this particular round. That could really backfire on them. Rain obviously has got to stand somewhere. He's very low. That's a good flashbang going over the wall. Now they're jumping down, and Kerrigan with one big kill, buying a lot of time. Grenade going to land deep in the site. It does a lot of damage. There's the follow-up kill. Zeus and Electronic. The C-set 75s work finally. Nico and Olof for the retake.
almost able to make it happen. Zeus is very low, and as soon as this smoke clears, there's going to be a chance. No kits on either of these two players. There's the boost up, trying to see over the smoke. It's not going to happen. They obviously don't know it's all three inside the bomb site, which is crazy, and that Molotov just placed down at the right moment as the smoke clears. I think that Molotov is going to seal this round for Na'Vi. So they respond. That second round buy coming in. The opening pick from Simple onto Guardian and Lane was very nice, and they're able to convert. Olafmeister trying to chase down some weapons right at the end, but it's not going to happen. Tied up 1-1.
Yeah, just a great job. Obviously a gamble, but when it works like this, I mean, again, just the defeat on the first map, you start to reclaim a bit of your pride, and just maybe the momentum on the team goes up a bit.
And here's the nice thing for Na'Vi. Early on in these first two rounds, both of the rounds, even though you've won one and lost one, you've punished some of the overconfidence and the boldness from FaZe. First Rain, staying around in halls and Pisteron, and then also Guardian kind of trying to re-peek into the AK-47 and Boiler that previous round from Lane. So you are punishing them at least early on in this game.
Yeah, that's what you've got to try and do. Very aggressive. That was Nico pushing beyond the Molotov that had already been put down by Zeus at the beginning. And he did cost him. Now they're going to re-grenade on the top of Banana and try and see if they can get a bit more control. Bomb's still pretty far back, and Olaf is calling in a bit of backup. Grenade is doing a lot to him here, so Guardian is behind him, and yeah, they just have to swap it out, but they're not in a good position in the beginning of this round.
No, they're not, but you can see they're rotating away from the action, so obviously thinking the thought process of Na'Vi is, we've got to kill a Banana. We've taken control of Car. We've pushed him all the way back. They're surely going to at least have two over at B. And instead, they put faith in Guardian. Get Olaf to the A bomb site. Double pit again. Kerrigan's up on the balcony. Hoping to catch Na'Vi off guard here. And it's looking likely that they will.
Some noise being made. You see the grenades arced in towards the B bomb site. It only keeps Guardian there, so the gamble for FaZe is still pretty solid right now.
Yeah, what nerve. Guardian not hearing anything after this smoke, so yeah, I mean, the longer this goes on, the more FaZe is going to realize what's coming, and Zeus has been spotted out. Olaf hearing the footsteps. There goes one of his teammates. There's the turn. The flashbang comes in just at the perfect moment, but still can't hold on to it. I think the flashbang that late might have overexposed one of the pit defenders, and yeah, Olaf gets a double kill, but because he can't recover in time from throwing the flashbang, the pit falls.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. So it's hard to blame anyone for that, but it was just a sort of a consequence of the timing. Great stuff for Na'Vi. Really, I mean, in spite of pushing into the three-man stack, they make it work. More confidence for them, more sort of early shutdown of FaZe as they pick up a second round here, and now just on the look for Guardian if they can. He only has the UMP to lose, and looks like he's going to be straight shut down. Simple, easy execute kill on him. And a good beginning for Na'Vi this time. Yeah. Again.
Yeah, and let's not forget, FaZe invested into that round. They rebought up with the 2 rifles that they saved, so that's a big chunk of their money. They're going to have to sit this round out. USPs only. The majority, pretty much 4 players sitting right at around 2K. Olaf at 2,500.
Just Olaf, actually, yeah, investing into the P250. So the rest are going to have USPs, and you must assume that they're just going to have Zeus here with the MAC-10 leading whatever charge happens, and the rest can figure out where the stack is not and go there. They're going to wait around. I sort of wish they had a flashbang for the middle if they're all going to be here.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, every time, Moses.
Could make a drinking game between flashbang on eco rounds and walls you can spam.
I was going to say, you can actually shoot through this wall. Another one, another classic.
Look at Rain pushing up into the window room, trying to find a timing. It's not going to work. Edward's waiting for it. It's going to force the next 2 players in, and Edward finds both of them. That was easy. He even glances down, like considers it. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
What were they doing in Boiler?
Any day of the week.
Olaf is behind, so yeah, if someone goes to check for him, oh no, just immediately goes down. Flamey to find that kill. That leaves Nico. Ooh. Electronic. He doesn't even want this. He's just saying, yeah, listen, someone else deal with it.
Edward's on the hunt. Nico's bailing out, bugging out and going home. It's going to be 3-1 for Na'Vi, and the guns should come out for FaZe in the next round. It is going to be that very awkward scenario where they don't have everything they'd like. Definitely the utility going to be lacking as Nico's getting closed in upon.
Yeah, just shooting for a long time. Eventually one of the bullets connect, and that's a 3-1 scoreline. Now he's really starting to build it up. He has 7,000 at the beginning of this round for Edward. He has the MAC-10, and they're going to give it to Electronic instead. All right. I was going to say maybe they would just swap it out, but...
Hazing to the new player.
Yeah.
You have to use a MAC-10.
This is your chance to prove what you're worth.
Yeah, if you don't get 3 kills, you don't get the AK-47.
It's not the craziest thing in the world to keep the MAC-10, but...
No. Especially in this round. I mean, there are some players without head armor, so that can come into effect.
Oh, a lot of them.
Yeah, 4 of them. So he's going to use that to lead his way up Banana, pretty much solo on his own. There is a smoke right at the half wall. And mid control is going to be taken very quickly for Na'Vi. Guardian waiting behind this smoke, going to spam through. Does a little bit of damage, some exchange between him and Simple.
No AWPs in play yet. I mean, it's early on, and the economy has always been destabilized by all the rounds that have been sort of, well, the one round that was sort of back and forth there. Guardian trying to guess the angle, but they're going to lose Rain over at the quad side. That's a really big kill. How quick do they want to be here, Na'Vi? Looks like they're still just figuring that out. Could have maybe tried to go aggressive. They are going to follow it up. More flashbangs raining in. Olaf not guessing the angle through the smoke. It's Guardian with a headshot taking down Flamey. And now they're really slowing down Na'Vi. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of this. I feel like they've got to figure out what to do. Zeus almost catching the timing, and no one spotted him. They don't actually know that he's here. This could be the round. Zeus taking the kill on Guardian, and the bomb side has been lost immediately. Olaf Meister next in line. An absolutely heroic effort for Zeus here. Maybe that was the reason why they were slow playing it, but it really looked like that was about to cost them the round.
Yeah, I mean, Zeus somehow managed to get up there without Olaf seeing him. He never kind of swung wide and cleared that entire pathway. So just walking the whole way up, getting into an angle, and Guardian backs up right into it. If they had kept going, it looked like Guardian was set to get, another kill, maybe even 2 kills if they lined up for him. There was a low HP player, I believe that was Simple, who's been dinked for some time. So, yeah, great route from Zeus. That one kill just opening things up, allowing them to get out of halls.
And Nico is going to be safe for the round, so at least he can save the M4, but Na'Vi must be loving life at the moment. They are playing, I mean, if you play this right, you can really get a lot of rounds on the T side on this version of Inferno, I feel like. But it is kind of down to team, right? Like, there are some teams that are really good at it, and some teams they seem to still do better on CT side. I feel like it's hard to write, like, just write it all one way.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one who's like amazing at this map, and I feel like part of it is because it's Inferno, so everyone's been playing it for a very long time. Everyone has a good understanding of what it is. It's also, the CT side is largely dependent, even like every CT side on every map is, but even more so on Inferno, where if you don't have utility, there's just, you're so limited in how you can actually play this map and how effective you can be on the defense. So, I mean, this is just kind of what happens to pretty much every team on the CT side when they get reset early, when they lose that second round after winning pistol, when they lose the first gun round, whatever it might be. Before you kind of build up the losing bonus and have one solid win that allows you to get some cash behind you, then you just struggle in this fashion.
Yeah, I mean, just winning the banana fight without utilities is almost impossible, so...
And, I mean, look at over towards halls. Like, Na'Vi's able to gain so much control so quickly with no real chance of a response or rebuttal or any kind of defense mounted from FaZe.
They do have 4 people on the A side, including the M4. People do this differently. Sometimes they'll put the rifle on and the 4 pistols on the other side. I don't know if there's one correct answer to it, but at least now there's a bigger chance they can save the rifle in case it goes the wrong way. They are scrambling to get back to the B bomb side, and a little bit of spam coming through. Maybe it could be a bit of kill, but the return is just overpowering there. Edward and Simple combining for 3 kills total. And Rain and Carrigan now. Can they get that M4 back? Not bad for Rain.
Actually, he's got Zeus and Edward pretty low as well. Edward's already on the flank up mid, so he's going to catch Rain off guard for sure, because Carrigan has pushed ult. They won't think there's a flanker coming in. Rain just wants this M4 at this point. He is going to get it. Flamey running right into Carrigan, but winning the fight, and Simple finds his Rain anyway. So 5-1. Remember, it was Overpass that started 5-0 for Na'Vi before it was a, what, 16-1 run to end that?
Yes, indeed.
So double up setup coming out for FaZe.
On Inferno? You pro double up Inferno, Moses, or indifferent? Or?
Not really.
No?
Because retakes play such a big factor. Funny enough, though, when FaZe won Star Ladder last year, it was largely thanks to the double up setup that they were using in the Grand Final on this map.
All right. There's a match to go back and look. Oh, the tower almost getting completely toppled there. Was Olofmeister down to 13. Electronic actually sitting in the fire to try and get that kill.
Yeah. Almost able to make it work. Olaf down to near death.
Yeah.
And trusting Nico with an op to stay at Banana. He's holding the angle as well. He doesn't want to shy away from the fight. Well over a minute. And Na'Vi slowly gaining ground, and Nico eating that grenade. Not worth it this time. Both of them taking damage to try and just get one cheeky kill before having to give up the fight, and both of them being punished by it. And still trusting Nico to be the sole B defender as well.
He's doing the best that he can to be as forward as he can dare to try and get the information. In Nico's mind, he's probably thinking, if they turn this corner, I'll get one kill, fall back, get one more, and then hopefully the teammates will be there, you know?
Doesn't always work out that way.
It definitely does not always work out that way.
This is a tough angle, especially when all the smokes and flashbangs start coming over, so good luck, Nico.
He has to get this kill or he's going to be dead in 2 seconds. And, well, there it is on Zeus. Next angle to cover. Are there going to be any grenades on his face? Not just yet, and he's going to get one more. Electronic goes down. The flick is in there right on him, and he's going to end up dropping to Edward. Would have been a miracle if he could have picked up the third one there. Would have been a no-scope almost certainly. 3 versus 4, but he did a lot to buy some time. Unfortunately, Guardian not ready for that forward push into construction by Flamey. And that means the retake is going to be very tough, especially as Olof is already low. So, yeah, I mean, if he gets the shot through Olof, maybe they could do something, but otherwise they're still going to be in a lot of trouble. Deep smoke is, or deep flashbang is in, but Simple won't be affected, and he's going to get the kill. Carrigan sneaking on to the site and picking up one, but they're almost out of time, and at this point they might just have to give up on it. There is a kit on Carrigan, and he's sat on it now. Olofmeister covering it and missing the chance, running in at, oh my god, FaZe right at the end. They pick up that round regardless. That's an almost unbelievable retake.
Yeah, I can't believe they did that. That was the last second that they had to really make that work. Great cover from Olofmeister coming out. I didn't think he would be able to get the follow-up shot off once he missed. You do have to give props. We talked a lot about Nico in that round. The 2 kills he got were critical. But then coming up through construction, the nade into behind New Box and everything to force Simple out into the open for Olofmeister. That's great. Good coordination. Won't call it a miracle retake, but a very unlikely retake. Gets FaZe on the board. And as soon as this happened on Overpass, they made that roaring comeback and just never stopped. So we'll see if they can build on it here again.
Yeah, the opportunity is definitely there. I'm going to go for the boost over the half wall. Oh, and they are so ready for it. Nico knew the angle perfectly and takes down Simple. Try to get a little bit more spam through. And on the other side, there's like a 3-man stack towards quad. That's incredibly hard to break. Even if you come out of apartments and mid or boiler, it's still going to be rough.
Yeah, one flashbang, though, could ruin the day. I think it's Rain on top. No, Rain's below, excuse me. Carrigan on top is looking into the wall.
Flamey Moses. I think he's got the flashbang we're looking for. No, he's not going to use it. Fall back instead, but he had it primed. And he was up on the balcony. Is he going to do it again? See, Moses, you said I only came up with the one thing, but this flashbang. There it is, going down. Carrigan and Rain still turning around, and in the end, Guardian to get the parting kill, and FaZe will win one more round.
Sick flashbang.
Yeah, it didn't work out at all, did it?
Oh.
We only saw the one point of view, Moses. Yeah. Maybe the rest were.
Maybe the other guys were.
That's my claim. Yep. 5-3, the 9th round here. AWP on Simple. Na'Vi obviously a little bit upset that they've lost a couple of rounds in a row now. They still have the money to buy, so it's not the end of the world. But we all know what happened on the last map, so just don't let that happen again and you'll be fine.
Guardian challenging Simple. Here's that op ring out. Goes for the re-peek. couple repeaks. His attention there is going to let Edward jump in the window and Flamey. I mean, this is just so fast. 1:30 on the clock still, and they've already taken over A halls. They already know there's no presence there. So that's a good start for Na'Vi, all things considered. No defense being mounted over at B bomb site either. Olaf and Nico starting the round deep into the B bomb site.
I feel like you can afford to do that when you have 2 people there. If it's just one, I prefer you play a little bit more aggressive to get the information, but...
Yeah, you have to get the info earlier than that situation because you'll need to be able to call for rotates, and they need to be able to get there in time. It is interesting watching FaZe, though. I mean, they're passive across the map. I mean, Navi's got all the control they could ever want. There's going to be a huge gap in that.
Very much so. Guardian still misses the flick. That doesn't happen too often, and Zeus just absolutely reading the situation perfectly. Gets the angle, spams right through the smoke. 40 seconds now. Olafmeister is on the other side here. Still 2 people in the A bomb site. Na'Vi trying to see if they can break it. Rain out in the open. The Molotov just forcing him out. And he still wins the fight. Where's the backup Carrigan inside of the site, getting a big double kill. Finally, he's taken care of. But Simple with the bomb plant now in a 1 versus 2. Not a bad player to have left. But with this AWP, can he get the kills in? Going to be sneaking back. They have a kit on Olafmeister and even a Molotov. So Simple's got to do a lot of work right now. This would be a big round, putting a pause to FaZe early. They couldn't do that last time. They're right there, both of them in front of Simple, creeping in. He's going to get one, the next shot, 2, and oh my god! Simple clutching the round. Even a bit of an eyebrow raise there at the end just to say, I got that no problem.
It's unbelievable what he can do with that weapon. That is phenomenal stuff from Simple. He's helped out by the fact that Nico hadn't budged out of the B bomb site, so Olaf probably wanted to get that retake going earlier, but wasn't able to do it because he had to wait for his teammates to get in to trade that kill, and it just doesn't even come out. The no-scope connects.
Put them in the grave, Moses, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. That is an awesome clutch to come out with, and it breaks the money of FaZe, even after a small 2-round win streak. Never ever able to build up that buffer. Nico, don't see him miss those too often. Deagle spamming, and Anders will tell you cannot spam through that wall with Deagle.
Yeah, doesn't work. Tragically.
It does feel like you're doing something, though, when you're spamming it.
Yeah.
It feels like you're contributing in some small way.
Yeah, it seems like it's thin enough that it kind of should work, but it doesn't. Now, if the material was different, Moses, then it would work. But concrete, no.
Yeah.
Guardian, last one alive. Nobody from Na'Vi has gone down. They are about to pick up a 7th round. Really surviving with this many members alive on Na'Vi's side means their bank is just going to be so good for the rest of it. There's the shot through from Simple, closing out the round. Yeah, this is starting to look much better. In fact, even in this round, FaZe, they could buy them, but it would only be on 4 of them.
Yeah, they're going to sit out another round. They're going to go back down to the CZs. They're going to get the smokes. They're going to see what they can do here, but they want to make sure that next purchase is as good as it possibly can be. And this is turning out to be a great half from Na'Vi. And it seems like it's almost the same kind of idea from Overpass. We just swap it. I think at some point, FaZe has to be fighting for bracket control, has to be fighting for banana control, fighting for A halls control. It doesn't have to be all 3, but you have to pick 1 or 2 of them, because if you're giving all of that over to Na'Vi, this is kind of what happens. If you give this all that control over to any team at this level, they're going to be able to punish you more often than not.
And I think what you just, I think that summarizes the challenge of playing New Inferno, is that people struggle to do that.
Yeah, brackets is not easy to hold as a CT side.
No, it's really not. Even now, especially now that people have come up with great Molotovs to burn out the canopy side, right? Or the bracket side. Like, people really do a good job of that now. And you smoke off archway, then that player can't help out. So now it's all focused on that one side. Yeah, it's not easy. I think you're right earlier when you said no team has really cracked how to play or become a super team on Inferno. And it's partly because of that CT side that can really be a little bit rough.
Well, there's some upgraded pistols on FaZe, but probably the biggest danger and the biggest chance they have of winning this round are the 5 smokes that they've purchased.
Yes.
If they can hold their nerve and hold on to these for as long as possible, you can force Na'Vi. You can stall them out and force them into a very awkward fight in one of the choke points and try and maybe funnel them over towards the B bomb site where You can just repeatedly smoke off that choke until they just have nowhere to go.
Two of them have been used before the minute mark. Maybe not the worst idea. If you don't throw any of the smokes, you obviously risk them just sort of barreling through at some point. So you've got to put in the effort early on. More are coming in, and now we're just waiting till they can sort of clear these out. But this is time off the clock. I mean, this is what FaZe want. Obviously, in the end, one of the smokes is on Nico. So if they rotate back to B with the one smoke sort of still being there, after they've run into like 3 or 4 smokes in the middle, that could be it. Still looks like they're going to set up for some of the grenades here in middle. Oh, a little bit of spray coming in as Kerrigan does get one in return. But they're forced into the bomb side, and I think now we've got a great shot of winning this round.
Yeah, they should, and they're not even falling back whatsoever. They're comfortable with what they've seen so far. There's the peak from the CZs at A. 20 seconds left. Guardian's still alive, but he's the only one. One player in Halls, and Simple spotted him out. There it is, right through the corner of the box. He's going to get that. Nico and Olaf were praying and hoping that enough defense was mounted to force him back towards B, but it's not going to happen. Electronic, good timing on his peak. Navi running up the scoreline now. It's 8-3. We're going to get another purchase coming out of the FaZe Clan. They kind of saved and half-bought for 2 rounds. So it was all for this buy.
Double AWP once again. They feel like that is the key to solving this really, really big problem that's mounting against them. Said it's a T side of the map, that's great and all, but you need a buffer to in case you lose the pistol on the second half. So,
and I almost want to see Guardian get aggressive this round with that all. Go find a pick somewhere. Nico, he's got Olaf protecting them, and this is too easy. Navi trying to surprise and catch him off guard, and Olaf's going to kill 3, and Nico's going to chime in with 1. But jumping through smoke at Banana is not the ideal way to do it. And obviously the other portion of this that really, really hurts is at the moment all 5 players from FaZe are alive. So all that money that they've struggled to build up and have, they're going to have all of it.
oh no. Just
Don't worry, Anders.
see, I was hoping he'd leap off the balcony with a knife and stab Simple. Obviously, not this time.
Yeah, no, not this time. It's all right, though.
You're right. I think that round looks so silly when the shutdown is so effective.
Yeah.
But obviously, if it had worked, we'd probably be saying, "Oh man, you know, they."
What a bold call! What a genius call!
Yeah. Well, I mean, and imagine the mental stress for FaZe. Like they finally buy all those rifles and everything, and then they through the smoke just get shut down immediately. So, I can see a world in which that sort of makes sense. But obviously, now that it doesn't, FaZe have another window opening back into the game, which you really got to be careful. Leave that window open, Moses. You get cold feet, and then you can't play at all.
Ooh, or you get your face taken off by Flamey.
He was hiding outside of your bedroom. I don't know how this metaphor is playing itself out.
It's not playing itself out well. It's all on Rain. He's got the angle on balcony. Actually, Kerrigan holding off Edward and Zeus. Rain with 1 kill. Got to do more. That's Flamey up top, and some missed shots come out. Rain trying to get into some cover. He wants 1 more, but Zeus puts him down. Now Kerrigan again swinging around the bomb site is picked off by the AWP of Simple, who's getting the bomb planted. And it's going to be a 2-on-3. And this is a tough reset scenario, so Nico feels like he has to go for this.
Yeah, all the time. When they're close to getting some of these big rounds in, they just don't really manage it, and then they lose all of the money again. Olafmeister is low on health, so Nico, yeah, he'd be the one that had to do it, and you can already tell so much time has passed, it's almost impossible. Zeus, the first one to spot anyone entering the bomb site. Yeah, he needs those instant headshots to make that a viable retake. As soon as he doesn't get them, he is just going to have to back off for the rest. So 9 rounds now for Navi. This is just a really, really well done job for them right now.
Yeah, it is. Now, FaZe is going to be able to drop some weapons over Olaf and Nico. They have the money for it, especially... ooh, actually, no, that is even the hard reset. So they had, what, 4 survive the previous round, or was it all 5? All 5. One more chance for FaZe, and like you said, they need all they need is a buffer. And I think if they get up towards 5, that's enough. 4 is kind of really skirting that line where it's going to be a struggle. But 5 you can work with in a nice way.
Yeah,
Guardian has that op again. The ops have actually been pretty quiet for FaZe, despite the fact that they've been so reliant on the double op setup. It's been mostly the rifles, even when Nico had an op over at B. I think there was really only 1 round where he got that double kill. Outside of that,
Well, as you said, they've sort of bought them, and then they've been really passive.
Except for that.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't even the AWP, was it?
No, but it obviously didn't go as well on the server as it did in his head before he made that decision.
Check this out, guys.
Yeah. I think he, in his brain, he thought of a different outcome.
Yeah, almost certainly. Balcony set up with this. Well, it looks like they wanted to do it, but Edward leaving it to somebody else to smoke on that side. Guardian is playing alone. I like this, though. Leave Guardian to it. Have the other three be in the A-bomb site. Oh, he takes down Simple. Not bad at all. Goes for it again. This might be a little bit too risky, Guardian. Just hold the B-bomb site. That's the main plan here. And he's going to eventually get shot at the back. Electronic takes him down. He stayed for 1 second too long, Moses.
Yeah, I'm fine with that challenge, though. He had the shots he wanted. He got 2 to 3 shots off that I think he expected to be hitting, and they were actually pretty clean shots that would have allowed him to get away and pretty much end the round in the favor of FaZe, but just missed him. They just don't connect. So it's hard to argue too much with it, but Na'Vi, again, not going to allow FaZe to get 2 in a row.
No, they won't, and they're actually going for the retake. I'm kind of shocked at that. Flamey probably a little bit shocked as well, thinking that they had already left.
Yeah, you just need rounds at this point. There's the peek from Electronic. He's going to grab Kerrigan. That one's for free. It's easy. So 10-4, and FaZe don't have a whole lot to play with in this round.
This is not what I think. If you watch the first match, you know what the desk was saying. It's going to be like a pretty quick 2-0 here because FaZe are just looking. I mean, they really are looking unstoppable, but Na'Vi are trying to make a different case. So are they persuading you, Moses, as the arbiter of Counter-Strike? If they made a case big enough that you can accept it?
Yeah, at least for this map. Liking it very much. Good kill from Olaf onto Simple.
No, I feel like challenging that on the CT side is always so tricky. There are so many ways that could go bad. I feel like it's rarely worth it.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to your spawn and obviously how desperate of a situation you're in, which, let's be honest, FaZe is in a pretty desperate situation. As you can see there, that play from Guardian. Olaf's grabbed the angle again, though, but he's out in the open, but he keeps swinging wider and wider, and Edward's not prepared for it whatsoever. So 4 on 2. Miko's going to swing over towards the B-bomb site to support Olaf. There's going to be another kill. He might not even need it. One player left, that's Flamey, walking through the smokes and actually just hitting the pause button at the moment, trying to peek out from it, but he's been spotted out, and it's only a matter of time before Flamey comes, or Nico, excuse me, comes through. So FaZe do somehow manage a 5th. That is
that's adorable.
Yeah, it is.
Just going out together, as teammates.
Ride together, die together.
Yeah.
Bad boys for life.
That's so I was gonna say I'm hoping that's not one name. So dark. 10-5. That's pretty good. That's at the point where you've almost got it. You're 1 pistol round away from taking it all away.
10-5 and you actually lost pistol.
Yeah. The one thing, I mean, it's almost depressing because that one round where Olaf takes a couple of more risks, plays it a little bit more aggressively with the AWP.
Yeah.
That round they could have played earlier. They just didn't.
Right, but I mean, they did have some of those rounds where they were aggressive and overconfident, perhaps, and they got beat. So here it is, a brawl at the top of Banana, and it's all going the way of Na'Vi. Flamey with 2 quick headshots, great response. Edwards started it out, but Flamey's going to finish it. That's the bomb down on T-ramp as well. I think, actually, I don't think Na'Vi.
Team.
Yeah.
I mean, except for one, but that's 4 men pushing down at the bottom. And now just 2 versus 4 here. Very, very hard. I mean, Rain and Olafmeister obviously very good with the pistols, but there's just so many targets. There's Rain with a headshot of 1, getting 1 more. Oh no, taking down Flamey. How is he so good at these pistol rounds? It's ridiculous. Edward and Simple now in a what must be near panic situation. If you lose this, you know all of FaZe Clan are going to come alive once again. Simple sneaking down to try and help out. They do still have the bomb under control. Rain. Still lethal. Just with a Glock. Creeping on in. Olaf is at the other side. They're a little bit worried that someone's going to flank them, I think, from CT spawn, more or less. It should still be possible. There's the headshot on Rain. So now he's out of effect. Olaf gets 1 more. And Simple on 7 health. 1 single click. And the round goes in favor of Na'Vi. That's a little bit scary, Moses.
He might be the only person to take that angle with 7 HP on a pistol round. Just like you hit that first shot or you die.
Yeah.
And he nails it. Yeah, that's huge. FaZe not expecting that whatsoever. That's quite a nice ballsy. The obvious thing with Na'Vi, if you're going to push 3 to 4 people through Banana, is you can't stop that push, right? You can't have all 3 or 4 people just sit at the top of car and take fights. If they rush Banana, obviously the way it happened is Na'Vi just kind of deleted everyone from FaZe, which is kind of what it's designed for. But if FaZe were to go for the A bomb site, those 3-4 players have to just keep pushing and go for the quick flank.
11-5 here. So that's 4 MP9s in play for Na'Vi. I think that's just very greedy. Too greedy, Moses.
Wow. Build up some of that money for the CT side, sustain some losses moving forward, get the Molotovs out on the field.
So we used to say in Dota, greed is feed. Rain immediately goes down. And Flamey doing a great job. There's a bit of a grenade on, and the last 2 already low on health. So should be a good enough round here anyway. I just feel like you probably knew that they were going to buy all this armor, right? Just the MP9.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's working out, right? It doesn't really matter at this point. 12-5. Na'Vi building up bank, building up money. And that investment from FaZe doesn't pan out whatsoever in their favor. So now they have to make that same decision that Na'Vi made in the last round. Do they keep just kind of force buying every single round and see if they can turn it, if they can turn one there into their favor, or do they save? And it looks like they're going to go the second round of saving in this one. They do have 3 nades to stack either up towards top mid, catch that player jumping across for formation, or you take them towards top banana, try and kill someone who's about to swing towards car.
I love this. This is a matchmaking choice, Moses. Let's all grenade banana. Everyone grenade banana. It's gonna work. It does the very opposite though. So sad days in matchmaking land, and Edward is gonna pick most of them up.
Yeah, I don't think those nades did any damage whatsoever. No one from Na'Vi kind of swung out until after they'd heard the nades, so that's pretty cool. Bonus round at hand. 3 SMGs, 2 M4s on Flamey and Electronic. All AKs on FaZe. And it's 13-5. If FaZe is going to make a comeback, it needs to start right here and right now.
Are you a believer, Moses, in the comeback? Do you give us a forecast? What's the percentage chance exactly?
7.8.
Wow, that is accurate. You compiled all of those stats.
I went to a 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, just remembered all the Inferno games that have ever been between these 2 teams, and
I have them all indexed. It's there in my mind palace.
all right, I like that.
Yeah.
That's that explains the the boldness as well. You don't want to heat up too much when that's running.
Perhaps the worst ball joke.
Was it? I feel like all right. I feel like we've had some really bad ones.
Yeah, it's saying something, isn't it?
Still, they hold on to the MP9s.
Yeah,
I thought it was greedy earlier. Now I just think it's obscene. This is too much. This is Duncan levels of greed. 19th round.
Skrilluminati is a shadowy government.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, if it works, they're set for forever in the rest of this game if they can convert this one. Simple. Okay. Thank you. I honest to God thought he was just going to go right through that. He might actually do it. Nope, he's going to fall back.
It's that point in time when you're thinking it's probably his team saying, please, please don't.
Do nothing to screw this up for us. Zeus and Electronic are going to be defending the A-bomb site. Flamey's going to get there just in time. He's going to have a lot of pressure, and yeah, with that MP9, that might have been. He couldn't get the timing through the smoke, but Edward pushing through slows things down. Rain and Guardian have turned around. They've stopped, and it's Electronic with the M4 taking a kill at range. Where do Nico and Guardian go from here?
They're just so locked in right now. If Na'Vi played smart and just don't move, if they sort of keep them in this box but don't try and challenge it, FaZe have to make up their minds at some point. That one grenade that landed by the library as well was absolutely massive. And now, Rain looking for an opening, but he just can't find anybody down in that bomb site. They really wish that they could find just a single person that was looking the wrong way. 37 seconds here on the clock. There is a kit on 2 players as well, and this one flashbang on Rain. So maybe he could set it up. Flash pit and try and see if he can get close enough in time. Nico with a headshot on Electronic, and this might just work out. He's ready for it. It's going to be falling right next to Zeus. A backup is being called for. That was the bomb down in the middle with 17 seconds. Guardian getting caught at the worst possible time. And this 2 versus 2. Edward here with a deagle. Simple going to be the one to do the job anyway. And that could have worked out for FaZe if Guardian hadn't been caught. Maybe that would have worked.
It really could have. I think this pause is coming too late in as well. And I mean, this is the trouble now, Anders. The 3 SMGs, it works out, and they're able to upgrade into some of the AK-47s. This is so much money now on the Na'Vi side. Even if there was some measure of success on FaZe moving forward, they have to have so much that it burns through all this cash. And Navi's just playing really, really well also, like really confident. This is kind of like a complete reversal from Overpass because now it's guys like Edward pushing through the smoke at the base of Banana to stall that out. I mean, that's an incredible play that FaZe probably wins that round if that kill doesn't come out for him.
At some point, they need to get back in, but I feel like this whole game has been set up to the point where that's just almost never going to happen right now. I mean, they needed to win one of those early rounds. Preferably, they needed to win the pistol round, and it's just been a
pistol round would have been nice, wouldn't it have been?
Yeah, just something, anything. 5-14. Well, the good news, the upside is we might get that 3rd map, and I feel like that would be very interesting. Na'Vi making a strong case here that even though FaZe have looked almost untouchable in this tournament up until this point, they are still mortal. They are still defeatable. Olofmeister's having a great game right now for FaZe, but the rest are sort of slowing down a bit. And Simple, on the other hand, is really stepping it up. That's 2 big kills, looking for the 3rd as well. And he's going to get it on Olofmeister. Even looked like he had the wrong angle. But it works.
Simple doesn't care about your buy. Zeus pushing down mid as well to find Kerrigan. And Rain's just kind of left wondering what's happened. I mean, you know, this CT side for Na'Vi has been dominant in the short time that it's been going on, just this being the 5th round. But, I mean, we can go back to it and just say, again, that FaZe CT side just looked uninspired. And this is almost what you'd expect it to look like with all the skill, with all, like, you know, guys like Nico, guys like Olofmeister. You know, things that Simple just did, push down Banana, be aggressive. The tough part is they just never had the money to do half of it. They were stuck in that, like, nightmare cycle.
Yeah. How the tables have turned, Moses.
Yeah.
16-6 on the first map.
Yep.
Could be even better for Na'Vi on map number 2. Even better, Moses.
Gonna do him dirty. Oh, look at this. Okay. Back to reality.
Simple was so inspired by his own play in the last round, he thought, I'll do it again from...
It was so easy on Banana. I bet mid will be even easier.
Oh, don't know how Flamey found himself in that position, but he was just in the middle of everything there. That was a bit too much. Everyone calm down for just a minute here, because out of all the ways you could lose a game, just, you know, overzealously rushing the middle and losing the rounds, not a good idea.
Yeah, I think someone will point to that if FaZe ends up coming back and forcing overtime, but on the other hand, they'd have to do it. They'd have to make mistakes a lot of times. There's going to be plenty, if that comeback happens, there's plenty of mistakes you'll be able to point to on the Na'Vi side. I don't think it'll happen.
No.
This is too much even for FaZe on the T side of Inferno.
We're at 7.8% earlier, Moses. What are we looking at now?
Oh, it's like 2.3. Never gets to 0.
Never gets to, not anymore?
Nope.
All right. We had that one time.
0.0000001.
Edward, solid hold with the AK-47, so they're going to be able to bring that into the next round. They have a lot of money. He had like 12,000 at the beginning of the round. He's up to 21, tied with Simple. So, yeah, I just feel like Edward's always going to be good on this map. Say it again, Moses. Oh, it's always going to be good.
Edward's always going to be good on this map.
Yeah.
That's probably a fair assessment to make.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever done the stats on them. I would love to see that. Stats for Edward on all maps.
You know Peter's watching.
Yeah, get on that.
All maps versus Inferno. Nico going to take matters into his own hand. Ooh, no, he's so close to Edward. Good kill from Electronic. There's the peek around. Nico's caught at poor timing, and it's a 5-on-3. Now it's .00001 as Flamey picks off Guardian.
Like it. Flamey really, really wants to challenge it, but at the same time, probably better to just close out the game for sure this time, or at least the map. Kerrigan will take down Zeus, who was caught in the middle of the lane. And Simple, quick enough with the headshot. So Rain entirely alone, and he's going to be dropped. That's Simple at the end, picking up 23 kills, I believe, and a 16-6 mirrored victory from the one on overpass that FaZe were enjoying, which is going to bring us to map number 3. So now the rivalry is really on. Now we've got a real game.
The rebuttal, and that was so nice. And, you know, I thought it was going to be a struggle for Na'Vi to bounce back. Obviously, they do very, very good on the T side, responding in the second round after losing pistol. But it's just the fact that when they switch over to their own defensive side, it's just aggression all across the map. It's pushes, it's confidence, it's great reactions, great responses to different situations. And, I mean, honest to God, FaZe looked just as lost on the T side of Inferno as Na'Vi did on the T side of Overpass.
Yes, they did. I just completely shut down. It looked for a minute like it was going to be interesting, like the FaZe style comeback was happening, but they cracked it completely open, Na'Vi, and just a really, really great performance. Love seeing that. Third map is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it will be, and it's, I don't know, these two teams going head to head when you have the Simple versus Nico is so cool.
Yeah, everyone loves seeing it. We are going to witness more of that when we come back from the break, as well as the analyst desk. So, yeah, now it gets fun, I feel like. Now it's going to be interesting.
Desk is going to be wild.
Yeah, it is. It always is. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
Anything is possible! You still is a monster, Tom!